That's what I mean, still obviously disappointing I won't be there because I'll still be in this thing, but.
No, but you're still a part of the team though.
Yeah, well, I'm a S&C coach at Subi as well, so little silver lining, I suppose. I still get to contribute in some way, shape or form, but.
That'd have been a different experience for you this year as well, being a coach of the team as well as a player.
Yeah, it was a bit
more of a coach than a player.
Yeah, now I am, yeah. It was a bit of a juggling act early days, obviously, when I had AFLW at the time. Then so like every night of the week I was at footy is either at Subi or at West Coast or I'd go like leave our Eagles gym, do gym there, then go to Subi. So it was like every night of the week was at footy. Running our pre-season and stuff was pretty cool. Like obviously I've learned a lot from a couple of really good people that have coached me as an athlete, and then to get to implement what they've kind of done for me. And I'm like, okay, cool. I think that works, and implement it on the girls. And I think, touch wood, it's worked pretty well. Like we run out second halves better than any team in the competition at the Waffle. And touch wood, we've only had like one soft tissue injury, and that was because, I won't name names, but somebody did a little bit too much when we were doing like our walk jog kicking. That was probably more the farms, them throwing under the bus here. Probably did a bigger drill than I thought we were going to do, and then had a little minor quad strain, and then was out one night and decided to go down a few steps that I probably shouldn't have, but she's all good now. She's back in this week, so only a little one, so I'll take that. That's only one quad strain, and the rest of the injuries we've had have been like bones, so that's kind of out of our control. But fit as a fiddle, so I'm pretty proud of that, and hopefully we can keep building.
That's nice.
3 more weeks to go, I hope.
Fingers crossed. We can't protect everyone.
No, exactly.
Unfortunate thing with sport, and because it's how many nights of training do you do?
We do 2 main training nights, and then like Monday is like our walk jog recovery. But we've had a lot of Saturday games, so we train Wednesday, Friday. So our Friday's been basically nothing. So like we'll do warm up and one drill, and it's like, okay, maybe 2Ks tops. Oh, cool. So then our Wednesdays have to be really big, but because everyone's still kind of sore from the game before, depending on who we played, it's like, well, you got to try and manage that. There's no point trying to get the girls to do a 7K session when they're like, I'm sore, I can't run, because then you're just obviously putting them at high risk of other things. So bit of a juggle, but it's been good fun. It was interesting though when I come back after Eagles and stuff to play, like actually play Waffle. So I was like, so I would take warm up, do my extra running before training, so that I could take the extra conditioning that we have to do in training, and then go do drills, and then I have to like write out all what our rehabbers are doing and explain it to like an absolute T to a couple of people I had helping out, or I'd be like racing, I would be like checking on people mid drills, and
oh goodness,
that was a bit hectic, but again, good learning opportunity.
You got a feeling of what the old player coach would have been like.
Yeah, exactly like that. Luckily, Floody, one of our assistant coaches, did rotations on game day, because I was like, there's no way I can run rotations and play. Like that's going to be mission impossible.
Can you imagine? Yeah. That would actually be you actually wouldn't be able to do it.
No, like maybe run my own rotation, but then I'd just be like, I can play out the whole
I would even be sure that you'd be able to do it yourself, because you tell guys you need to come off at the 4th minute mark, and it's like they come off at 2 minutes late. Don't come off at all.
Yep. That's my biggest pet peeve, when the runner goes out to people, like, yeah, cool, got the message, come off. I get sometimes but
sure.
Then you watch them just like plod along right near the boundary line, and you're like,
right across,
get off the ground. Or they're like, but I'm really tired, I need to come off earlier. I'm like, well, I saw the runner come out to you about 5 minutes ago. It's not my fault you didn't come off the ground. Like,
or some of them, or some people as well, they're a little bit deaf. Like, they're not deaf, but because they get so caught up.
Yeah, so caught up in the game they don't realise.
Or they respond to it, but they forget.
Yep.
It's part of it.
That happened to me once. Somebody's like, when I was on the bench, they're like, B, can you go tell, like when you get out on the ground, can you go tell all the backies this message? I got onto the ground. I totally forgot to say it. And then it got to like quarter time. And they're like, did you get this message? And I was like,
no.
Oops.
Oh, God. Yeah, the coach gives everyone a spray. You should have gotten this message. And everyone said, no,
we never got it. And I was like,
oh God. Instant red face.
Yeah. I just wanted to go hide in the corner that second, and I went up to the coach. I was like, I'm sorry, I forgot.
So how does it massive? You have 2 trainings, and do you do gym strength sessions?
No, so we don't get to do anything at Subi because we're not allowed to train at Leaderville. So we don't get access to the gym. We do like Nordics, and in pre-season we're doing Nordics and calf raises post-main training. There was a couple of weeks in the pre-season where we got access to the gym, so we did a bit, but like 4 weeks, once a week isn't really going to cover you for the rest of the season. So I write gym programs for a couple of the girls, but it's pretty hard to manage. It would be like if we actually had access to even just like a bench or like some sort of gym equipment, we could probably do a little bit more, but we get nothing. So just two footy training sessions, your walk, jog, recovery session, and then game on the weekend.
What kind of strategies do you have in place? Do you do like isometrics or do you have like an extensive warm-up where you cover sprints and you've got that ticked off? And
yeah, so we do like go through just general mobility, range of motion stuff. That's something I'm really big on. Obviously, from what I've been through as an athlete and being injured, I think warm-up's probably the most important thing that you can do. So big emphasis on that. Then we do a heap of jumping, landing, but mix it up so it's not always the same. So we'll do like double leg takeoffs, single leg takeoffs, medial lateral bounds, that sort of stuff. Jumps with a shove, landings and things like that as well. Then a bit of change of direction. So usually just like kind of aggressive kind of S kind of runs or your cuts on a 45 because we don't get an awful lot of time to do it. So try and practically do it as fast as you can. And then, we do a fair few ISOs, particularly some of the girls that have been in like the AFL system that I know that that's what they need to be doing. So probably do them more pre-training before we get to anything. We used to do a heap of glute activation in pre-season. So we had like a mini kind of circuit set up there. But obviously as we move into in-season, it's a bit harder for people, getting from work and stuff like that. So that kind of slowly died down. Like in an ideal world, it wouldn't have, but just with the time and like me personally having to do my own stuff as well, pre-training before I got injured was a bit of a juggle. But heap of change of direction.